Every major city has its distinguishing features. New York has its towering skyscrapers. Paris has a rich heritage of famous historical landmarks like the Eiffel Tower or even the majestic elephants found in Asia. Kampala is famously known as the City of Seven Hills, but in this beautiful capital, every visitor will be amazed by the number of motorcycles whizzing past in all directions. Boda-Bodas have taken over the city as a major means of transport, even though you can get a taxi to almost any destination. With the city's legendary traffic jams, many people opt for Boda-Bodas since they can take you where you want to be in record time as they weave in and out of the traffic. Plus, they can deposit you right at your doorstep. But why are they called Boda-Bodas? Apparently, they were initially used at the border towns to ferry passengers between the border posts and no man's land. The convenience of this form of transport soon caught on in Kampala and many parts of Uganda. Motorcycles, commonly known as Boda-Bodas here in Uganda, are very convenient to use. They help one catch that bus, job interview or appointment on time. And yes, they can transport one to the farthest of places. Unfortunately, they are the reason for the loss of so many lives, broken limbs and indelible scars. It has become easier for a Boda-Boda user to get involved in an accident than to catch HIV/AIDS or cancer. In fact, the major referral hospital, Mulago Referral Hospital, has inevitably started up a special ward for Boda-Boda accident victims. This is not just theory, this is the way we live in our country, the Republic of Uganda. This is Life Stories. I'm Justine and I welcome you to the show. The loss of a loved one in death can only be understood by someone who has experienced it. The initial disbelief and overwhelming grief can only be imagined. It is a gowning pain that only grows bearable with time but never truly goes away. It does not matter whether the loss occurs after a long illness or in the blink of an eye, as is the case with many accidents. Esperance Kakuza lost a son who was her breadwinner and a tower of strength at all times. This is Life Stories. We're in a place called Namaojolo in Mukono district, in a home of a family that lost a loved one in a Boda-Boda accident. Next on the show, we're going to talk to Madame Esperanza Kakuze, who's going to give us the ordeal of losing her beloved son in a Boda-Boda accident. The late Job Mujenzi was knocked by a Boda-Boda into coma. He died 5 days later. Mama Jibali. Kakati mama bya Job byali bya mutawana nnyo. Awalaba nabyo.
Nalaba nabyo nnyo. Bya Job ebyo byali ngagwa kwa accident. Nange nabiwulira buwulizi kuba saali wamu naye.
Ekizibu kinani yakikubuulira? Wakitegeera otya?
Abaana bakuba essimu, omwana yakuba essimu ku makya. Nakubira mukulu we. Kuba mukulu we baali nga basooka kubeera bombi Kibuli. Ye n'avayo n'agenda. Kati oli n'abeera nga alina essimu ye. Kati bwe yakuba yatugamba nti yamugamba mbu Job agudde ku accident. Oli naye yali akyebase n'azuukuka mangu n'ajja n'apita maama mbu Job agudde ku accident. Nali ndowooza nti Job agudde bugwi ebintu by'okugwa nga boolaba oba okugulu kumenyetse oba afuniyeko okugamba ekiwundu kitono. Amangu ago waddamu essimu endala n'agamba oli nti Job agudde ku accident naye afudde. Nze nawulira nga n'amagulu nga tegasinje wansi, amagezi gaabula, ne ntandika kubanga omuntu agudde eddalu. Ne ŋŋamba ono yanguwa mangu nga ndowooza ono gwe ŋŋamba ali wano nti alina engeri gy'asobola. Naye oluvannyuma ne mugamba kubirabe Kampala bwe baba banguwa olabe nti basobola kutaasa obulamu bwe.
Kati gwe mama ogenda okumutuukako ng'ali mu mbeera ki?
Namusanga ng'ali mu accident. nga talina embeera gy'alimu naye baali tebakkiriza abantu kubalaba nnyo akasenge ke baalimu ng'omuntu ayingiramu tayogera banange ebyabasawo bizibu n'okussa ndowooza kyali kyamaanyi naye nengendayo nemulabako nagendayo emirundi nk'ebiri nga tebanamuggyako kwa oxygen baali batugoba nnyo oluvannyuma ne bamugyako
obuzibu nga businga kubeera yakubawo omutwe
obuzibu bwasinga kubeera ku mutwe kubanga omutwe gwe yakuba we yagenda eno bwe bagamba mbugalamira bavuunika olubuto bantu naye ye yasuula omutwe guno gw'emabega oba yagwa ku jjinja naye baatugamba nti waaliwo ekintu kyali kibumbe nga kirimu ettaala kyeyagwako ne kitema ne kyawula omutwe guno gw'emabega ogwo wansi n'ogwa ogwo bamutunga ne bamusiba akakofiire nkakana k'abasiraamu bwe namusanga naye ekiseera kyatuuka ne bamukyusa ne bamugyamu oxygen nga baagala kuteekamu abalwadde abalala
kati nga bakugamba nti mu kubaawo kwa accident yabaawo etya
ye yali ng'akedde agenda ku mulimu naye bwe yali kumpi kutuuka yagwa nga ali kumpi kutuuka wa mukwano awayingira wakolera kati bwe yatuuka waliwo emmotoka yamuva mu maaso nemukuba mataala n'alaba mataala tegakendeeza kati ye naayagala engeri gye oluguudo lwali lutono naayagala agisegulira dde ebbali ate mabegayo nga waliwo omulala nawe wa boda nga ye tamanyi nti naye amugoberera olw'okutya emmotoka eri kati ono ye yajjawo ye yamukoona bukoonyi ngono tanaba kutuusa okuyimirira sibe kuba yali ayagala kusiba emmotoka emuyiteko alyoka asobole okufuna ettaala ezimumulisiza bulungi nga akwate kubo lyabaddemu ow'emabega nawe yali ndowooza yali ku sipiidi owa boda wamuva mabega n'amukuba kati yamukuba ono nga tanayimirira piki eyabuuka nekuba ku kisenge n'ekitomera kyali kimuliraanyaawo kwekudda mabega ye boda yagwa yokka nga oli yagitadde ye n'adda mabega n'agwa ku kintu kiri kyali mu luguudo wakati kati okugenda kugwako kye kyatema omutwe kuba abaana baatugamba nti boda twasanga nga bagijjeyo bagitute ewa mukwano yali nga tayambadde ekikofiire kyeyali yakirese era nabwe twagenda ewuwe ekikofiire tetwakiraba ndowooza waliwo omukwano gwe yali akyanzise kubanga n'omuntu tikyalimu kati ne bamugjawo naye bamugjawo nga balaba alinkafudde batugamba nti yafudde amangu ago owalabikawo abaana baali bakola naye waliwo omwana bamuyita John mukwano gwe nnyo ye yamuyoola n'anoonya boda n'amuteekako nabo okugwa kwe kwababeera bonna kwegamba buli muntu yenna yakwatibwa ensusu n'amagezi ne gabula kuba bagwa kumpi n'omulyango gwa mukwano baali bagamye n'okwagamba ne bamubawa n'emmotoka yakubatwala naye tekyasoboka obw'okutaasa bulamu bwe ng'alaba oli afa yafuna boda n'amutwala emulago naye bwe yatuuka emulago si kye kyamutta kwegamba naye ebyamuzibuwalira kubanga abantu baaliyo naye nga badogita bakola ku mutwe tebaliyo
kakati maama mwalina nkolagana kino
omwana oyo siyinza kugamba mwana wange nali sirina erinnya lyemuyita wowulira bamuyita Jobu nali simuyita Jobu nali muyita mwami nali muyita Mbasadda kubanga yali nga atukwanira emikwano mingi yali nga ayagala abaana balala abato n'abato bali wano nakati abaana bato babuzukulu bakugamba mwaka ona munene amugamba tuyinza okutwala ne tukuleka gye twaleka Jobu eri mu Kinya naye yali nga ayagala abaana nnyo nga ayagala abantu banyina be bali wano baganda nagwe atatuukirira nga tasobola kumala ennaku bbiri nga takubye essimu kumulabako oli Mukama yali yamutonda mu ngeri ye
kakati maama obeerawo otya kubanga enkolaganayo ne Jobu yali nkolagana ya mukwano yakutegeeragana obeerawo otya oluvannyuma lw'omwana ono kubanga yakufaawo
waliwo abaana balala bonaawe baali basobola kunyamba buli kimu naye kwegamba nk'omwana bw'omulaba nk'omwana wo tewali ajja kusobola kutuuka wali we yali atuuse tewali ajja kusobola kumala ekizibu oli kye yali amala oli yali ku lulwe ate nga yabasukamu bonna naye kati nja kubeerawo kubanga sirina kintu kyokukola ekirungi ndina essuubi ensi eno gye tuli musiiyi waffe tulindiridde kukomawo kwa Yesu tuve mu nsi eno tugende. Waliwo bingi bijja kumbonyaabonya nnyo byenja kumujjukirirawo bye mbadde ndaba kaŋŋambe nnyinza okuba nga mbadde nga bwe nkugambye ebintu abadde andeetera ebintu amabaafu ebidomola sabuuni nga nze simusaba n'omulundi nagumusamusabayo ekintu ntoba kikibuze. Mbadde bukya we atandikidde okukola ewa mukwano waliwo ne mwanyinawe yali akolayo yawuumula sesigangako ku kizigo ekirala nesiga ebizigo bya mukwano ku luno ndowooza we bigenda kubula kuba Jobu yavuddewo.
Kakati mama mu kubawo ku accident y'omwana ono walaba olina ensobi ze walabamu ku sayidi eya driver oli ow'emmotoka oba eya Jobu oba owa boda
ku nsobi y'ab'emmotoka nayo saagimubalira nnyo kuba nsiteera kusalira abantu omusango entuuko bwe zituuka obudde bwali bwa wiikendi oli twamusuubiramu buli omu n'abaana bamulaba n'envuga ye toba yali mutamiivu ng'ava mu mawoteeri gye yasuze kuba bwali budde bwa wiikendi. Naye ekirala ensobi gye nalaba lwali luguudo lutono endala yali kuba Jobu nga yaleka enkofiira ye. Ekyo kintu nakirwala nnyo kuba nagamba singa yabadde nayo osanga obuzibu tebwali mutuuseko bwenkanidde awo. Kati nze mbadde ngamba nti abantu bonna ababa bali ku boda baali badde bakkiriza amateeka kubanga waliwo olwembiraba mbiwulira ku laadiyo nga poliisi ebakuutira okubeera n'ebikofiira ebyo. Ebyo ebikofiira ebiriko kye bitaasa osanga omutwe tegwali wadde nga bwe kwabeera. Naye engeri gye entuuka zaali zituuse nawe yaali baddewo osanga olunaku lwaliyo tewali kiba nga Mukama tamanyi.
Kale webale nnyo maama okunyumyamu naffe tukusaasidde nnyo
bwe bityo wabula mutusabire naffe nga tubasabira tubeere baguma tetubeere beetegefu okunaalaba Yesu amaaso ku maaso ng'atutwala gye yadutegekera kubanga Jobu ye ndi mwesigwa nti Jobu ali mu kifuba ky'abatuukirivu ba Mukama.
When you pass by an accident victim, you feel saddened because a life has been cut short, and you continue on your way to your business. But out there somewhere, someone has lost a beloved brother, a sister, a son, or a daughter. The grief is unbearable, and lives have changed forever. How are you, Rachel?
Fine, thank you. You're most welcome.
Thank you, dear. How has losing Job affected you?
Job's death has really affected us as a family, the whole family. And personally, I was so hurt because he was a brother to so many of us, but he really loved me. He cared for me. And I remember his words, his jokes he used to make with me. He will never go out of my mind.
So how do you live today? You know, having lost Job in such a short time, in such a tragic way.
Anyway, Job's death was so sudden. First of all, he was so religious. He loved God so much. He used to pray at Kavaragara SDA Church, and he was so much into the ministry. He was a treasurer to so many, departments because he was so faithful. He was hardworking as well at his workplace, and at the same time hardworking in his church where he worships. But still very active in the family. I liked the way he could care for me. I used to work with Mukwano Industries personally, and I lost the job, but I had a share on his monthly salary. Every month he could at least send me by mobile money. He's a person who could know that I have children and they have to bathe and wash. He could send us soap.
So how do you live today? With him having left, he was a friend, he was a good brother, he was a good person. How do you move on?
We have to move on because it was like a nightmare. And we have to accept that in actual sense, job is no more. Though it came suddenly, affected us, affected our whole family, but life has to go on.
Thank you, Rachel, for talking to us about this part of your life. We feel so bad about what happened to your brother Job.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from your story, and I pray that everybody that is watching this show today will learn to take the road seriously. Okay, thank you, Rachel.
Thank you so much.
You stay well.
Thank you, Justin.
Hello, Hosanna.
Hello, Justina. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too, my dear. How did Job's death affect you?
Job is my big brother. Actually, he's the one I follow, if I may say that. And he was my lovely brother. I remember he died. Actually, he got the accident on Sunday in the morning, early morning, around 6. But the day before, on Saturday, he sent me a message wishing me a happy Sabbath. And that was usual. I was used to that. Up to today, wherever Friday comes, I'm like, who now to send the message? Because he would send on Friday night, Saturday morning, and Saturday evening, asking me how the Sabbath was. So in that line, with that relationship that I had with him, it affected me a lot. I still miss him. Up to today, my friends I communicate with realize that it has not gone out of me. It is still torturing me. He was so friendly to me. I work around Wandegea, and the time he died, he was doing a course in YMCA. But before entering class and after classes, he would pass by my workplace. He checks on me, he's like, hi baby, and he used to call me baby because I was his baby sister.
Hosanna, what annoyed you most about Job's accident?
One, he got the accident late March, died on 31st at night, no, on 30th first, March, 30th March, we buried him on 1st April. That was my birthday. On that same day we buried him. And I was used to this life of getting gifts on every birthday from him, messages, tangible gifts, but that day it wasn't good for me. Secondly, the other thing that hurt me more, 2 weeks before his death, he had given me a budget for his wedding, and he was supposed to wed in June, this month. He was telling me the first Sunday of June was his introduction, then the last Sunday of June, that's when he was supposed to wed. And we used to compete. He would tell me, baby, I'm wedding first, you go next. Please don't leave me in this life, I go first. So, I don't know. But it hurt me so much because I never got that joy. And he used to tell me, I'll march with you in church as my sister. I tell him, hey, I've Job, you hand me over if that is possible. I was like, I'll do that in a lovely way. And the other thing that made me happy was the first person to be given his budget. And he knew it that I was going maybe to help him edit it, tell the others about it, but it never happened.
Never came to be used.
Yes, it never came to pass.
Thank you, Hosanna, for talking to us.
I know.
And I pray that God will calm you down and comfort you.
It really hurts because all the time I bring in the memories of Job, because he died after I had fed him his last meal. And I don't know whether I'll ever forget, but I'm praying hard to the Lord because he has strengthened me and he's strengthening all of us as the family. And I believe, I have hope. I always tell people, like you heard from Mom, that one time if I do my ways well, I'll meet Job again.
Stop it. Stop it.
Thank you so much, Justin.
Okay.
Take care too. God bless you and be well.
All right, my dear, you too. We thank Madame Esperance Kakuze for sharing her story of her beloved son, the late Job Mujenzi, who lost his life in a Boda-Boda accident. You noticed that she particularly noted that if Job had been wearing his headgear, maybe he would be right here with her. In telling her story, we learn a lot about road safety. You need to understand that we need to use headgears whenever we're taking bodabodas for transport. Otherwise, we need to avoid things like speed and drunk driving, because these have led to a lot of pain in so many families, not only this one. Life Stories will be right back.